But he's ditching paranoid Prince. Harry has become a different dude since marrying Devil Meghan. Harry's control freak of a wife, Meghan Markle, has convinced him to get rid of some old friends, according to sources who claim that Harry's buddies are giving up on him. Harry is paranoid about mixing with anyone these days, according to an insider. Reportedly, he's worried they might be spying on him or they're going to let something slip that he might say over lunch or drinks or whatever. Apparently, it has come to the stage where Harry is happiest just being all alone or with the children and Meghan if she's available. Harry apparently has gotten used to life on his own. Sources claim that we learned a lot when Harry skipped the wedding of his best friend Jack Mann, who was pictured in the prince's band of brothers photo on the night that he married Meghan. They bonded while they were playing polo together, but like other friends, apparently Jack has drifted out of Harry's life. As Harry wrote in his book Spare, he fell out with so many old friends after he accused his family of being racist and other bad things in a TV interview, and apparently he's not making much effort to reconnect. The insider confides, more often than not, Harry ignores texts or invitations as policy, which has worn thin among his childhood pals especially. These are guys who have stood up and defended him, so they're miffed and asking why bother. Harry's gone from being this ultra-cool, happy-go-lucky, loyal pal to a sour, browbeaten recluse, and they're done with him. Besides skipping the wedding of his best friend, supposedly Harry is hesitant to socialize with old buddies when he's back in England, and on the few occasions that he has gone out with them for dinner or a few drinks to catch up, the source reports he's not the same Harry they know and love. He's distracted, tight-lipped, and hardly even smiles at all, continues the insider. While he still has a lot of people who care about him, he's really testing their patience. It seems like the only time that Harry really bothers turning on the charm would be for a meeting or business lunch with Hollywood people, especially when Meghan is there. Everybody gets that he's focused on his new life with Meghan and doesn't want to risk compromising it by opening up to people who may blab about him, even inadvertently, says the insider. But there's a fine line between protecting yourself and being totally antisocial, and Harry's having trouble walking it. It's not only his old friends who Harry is having trouble relating with these days, it's also his own brother. The feud between the brothers only happened when Harry married that horrible woman. She was the one who made him ghost his friends and family. She truly did bring out the worst in him. And I'm always going to think that Meghan Markle is a psychopathic narcissist. She can't help herself. It's part of her nature to be so incredibly cruel. And as for Harry, well, apparently he was raised to believe that he was equal in status to his older brother. And that was an unfortunate mistake, because Harry was only ever the spare when he was growing up. He was never going to be king. He was supposed to be there to support the king, whether it be his father or brother. What began as simple jealousy really blossomed into hatred, fed by the lies of Meghan Markle. Harry was equal to any other person when it came to their humanity. But in a monarchy, there's a hierarchy, and you gotta deal with that. You have to just find some way to get on with life. Now, both Princess Anne and Prince Edward are great examples of how to do that. They are so supportive of their older brother, King Charles. This is how the monarchy is supposed to work. But when it comes to Harry, well, the feud started not because of favoritism in the least. Harry actually enjoyed a very close and loving relationship with his grandmother, the late Queen, and also with his older brother, Prince William. Diana also adored Harry. She spoiled him rotten, even as his behavior drove her crazy. She wanted Harry to feel just as important as William, so there wasn't any favoritism from Charles or Diana. Now, the Queen Mother apparently was very fond of William, and Harry couldn't help but notice that his brother received preferential treatment when it came to learning how to be a king. The Queen had William over for tea, for example, to discuss it, and Harry couldn't help but notice these things as a young boy. But until 2017, the brothers had a great relationship. And that, of course, was the year that Harry married this woman he didn't know very well, a woman who never cared about fitting into the family hierarchy. So while Meghan was looking at William with lust, Harry joined in on ganging up against Catherine, who was one of the most lovely people out there. Harry and Meghan wanted to be the next Prince and Princess of Wales, and they tried their best to pollute the world's opinion of William and Catherine. Now, this had nothing at all to do with birth order or favoritism. Instead, they just wanted to have the top spot for themselves. I mean, I could go on and on. I could list all the reasons for the fight. But to answer this question, it has nothing at all to do with birth order or favoritism. That's what we need to remember. Even William made sure that Harry was always going to be involved in his life. He tried his best to keep Harry from going out drinking and delving into drug use. Now, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, considered Harry like a younger brother. Harry was so loved, but he was the one who turned his back on William and Catherine, and he even said bad things about the whale's children. Now that's a line that you cannot uncross. And now the rift exists to protect Prince William's family from all the lies and the hatred coming from Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan asked William to share the Prince of Wales title with them. What an absurd question. Harry even asked for half of the Duchy of Cornwall's profits, of which only the Duke of Cornwall is going to receive and manage. Harry really wanted to share the kingdom. He wanted to share the top job. And Harry, on purpose, hurt their grandmother, the late Queen, too. He and Meghan told so many lies, and they were so cruel to her. So the rift exists thanks to the nasty behavior that came from Harry and Meghan. And he also hurt his grandfather, Prince Philip, as he lay dying in the hospital. Harry had always been a favorite of Philip, so what a horrible thing to do. Harry hurt the late Queen while she was dying, and Harry had also been a favorite of hers. So, of course, members of the royal family have had enough of Harry's lies and his spite. This rift between the brothers is probably going to last for the rest of their lives, and it really came from a poor choice of wife on Harry's part. It's incredibly tragic. William and Catherine and Harry always looked so happy together before Meghan entered the scene. I really believed that everyone was going to treat her like a movie star, and when they didn't, well, she decided she was going to destroy the family. That marriage, though, is sure to fall apart, and it's going to be a sight to see. There is also a pretty big difference between family and monarchy, but that looks like it was never made clear to Harry. Either that or he refused to accept being second. Children often do act out like Harry when they're feeling jealous, but adults normally learn to control themselves and act like grown-ups. Most adults have learned how to manage their problems. Even Cressida said that Harry was all eaten up with jealousy over his older brother. He had a love-hate relationship. Now, William has always been pretty mature. He's always been protective and patient with Harry. Cressida apparently had to tell Harry that he really needed to get some help. Another short-lived older girlfriend said he had trouble adjusting to Catherine coming on the scene. He felt jealous because he felt like she was taking away all of William's attention. But see, Catherine, she's a people person. She has this natural talent for bridging gaps, and she's known to be a peacemaker. Even at that young age, she's credited with mending a lot of those feelings to the point that Harry really came to love her. Meghan was toxic, though. I mean, Harry, with all his issues, was like a sponge for whatever she put into him. Other people tried to redirect his negative feelings and encourage him to be a little more positive, but he resisted, and then he found somebody who would just feed into that negativity. And you, what do you think about this relationship? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. Don't be afraid to like and share this video with your friends and family who would enjoy it if you think it's helpful. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.